The bodhisattva Akashagarbha is found in art, found in sculpture and painting, but not very often. First of all, Akashagarbha is the nucleus of space, Akasha space, Garbha, sort of womb or nucleus. And Akashagarbha comes out of the Akashagarbha Sutra, so it's a Mahayana sutra belonging to the sutra class. We do not have very many references at all to Akashagarbha in Vajrayana Buddhism. So because of that, we just do not have a lot of iconographic forms and a lot of art. Where we find Akashagarbha is within the group known as the Eight Great Bodhisattvas. So with this you have, of course, the most important Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, Vajrapani, Maitreya, Nivarana-Vishkambin, Samantabhadra, Kshitigarbha, and then Akashagarbha. Now, so Akashagarbha is typically shown in paintings that represent Mahayana Buddhism. So you can have Shakyamuni, but more often than that you'll have Amitabha Buddha at the center of a scrollwork painting, and then Amitabha will be surrounded by these 8 great bodhisattvas. Depending on the time period of the painting when it was done, depending on the region, then these bodhisattvas can appear with slightly different colors. They'll have the same basic ornaments. Often Avalokiteshvara will have the large white lotus flower, Manjushri a sword, Vajrapani the scepter, and Maitreya often will have a vase, a bumpa. Now, in later art, so we're really looking at 17th, 18th century up to the present, when the 8 great bodhisattvas are depicted, then Akashagarbha will often be painted blue. He'll be blue in color, sometimes green. We do not have a lot of early examples, if even any, of the 8 great bodhisattvas being painted in individual compositions along with Amitabha Buddha, thus creating a set of nine paintings. We don't really have that. We find these larger sets of 9 paintings depicting each of the bodhisattvas. This is much later. Now, it is said that the artist Kunchok Pende, who thrived in the 16th century, that he made a copy of a Chinese set of the 8 great bodhisattvas. This was then kept or copied and passed down to Situ Panchen Shuki Jungne, and then he commented on it, and he actually asked his artist to create a set for himself based on the Kunchok Pende 9 painting set. And in here we can find some examples of Akashagarbha where he's actually painted green. Now, the most important attribute for Akashagarbha is that he has a sword similar to Manjushri. So he shouldn't be confused with Manjushri. Other people can have the attribute of a sword. The green color is unusual, and where Kunchok Pende copied his examples from is not clear, and it doesn't appear to be mentioned in the history books or in the biography or autobiography of Situ Panchen. But we do have this alternate set of Akashagarbha, green or blue in color, holding a sword, standing atop a fish in an ocean or in a lake. Now, this is clearly in a Chinese style. Now, the Tibetan style will have Akashagarbha seated on a moon disk and a lotus, or a lotus above a throne, and he may be holding the sword, or the sword may be next to him. But these forms are not iconic or iconographic per se. These are narrative-based forms relying upon the Sutra of Akashagarbha. And so the artist can depict the Bodhisattva Akashagarbha in any number of forms that he just chooses to. There's no fixed meditation form really for Akashagarbha. Now, that's not to say that you will not find one anywhere in Vajrayana or Tantric Buddhism. It is possible that Akashagarbha could be mentioned as a secondary figure in a mandala, possibly in the Kriya or the Charya or the yoga class of Tantra. It's possible. But generally speaking, Akashagarbha is very rare to find in art, except for the group of the Eight Great Bodhisattvas, and generally with Shakyamuni Buddha or Amitabha Buddha as the central figure.